It's the Lotus 79 on iRacing at Oulton Park. I'm a little bit concerned. I am the Spear, and let's see what might happen. We've got Canducci in this race, P8. We got a setup from him on this one. We're trying his setup out. Timu in P6. He helped Rob and I with some knowledge about how to set up this car. Next to me on my left is Adnan, who you can't see, Barry West right ahead of me. So we are P20 out of 20, 2.8 SOF.
Green.
And let's see how we get on. Adnan hanging back as always, which means I always try to poke up near him just to put him off a bit, because I don't want him hanging back too much. He wants to hang back a lot, and I don't want him to hang back. I want to make him feel a little uncomfortable, just to get him up there closer to the pack. Now, already with no incidents in the first corner. The first corner is usually the toughest corner. I'm actually getting on the brakes there. Come on. With no incidents in the first corner, so far it looks like it's going to be pretty safe, except for Adnan. There's been 2 races so far this week. One of them featured a lot of retirements. One of them featured like 1. So, I don't know. Daniel Banker, how did he get behind us?
Watch that car down there.
He should not be behind us.
Stay right. Stay right.
So it looks like there's been a few incidents. I think somebody's already towed. This is not a. It took me a while to get to grips with this track. Some of these turns they're not easy to take.
1:32.09.
That, you know, if you're not paying attention, or you got somebody near you, or you're fighting with somebody, I can see where it would be quite difficult. It's hard enough all by yourself. But we'll keep in it, see where we can wind up. Something else going on there. Things are happening.
Right side.
Sorry.
Clear.
Banker's faster than us, so of course we let him through. No need to get involved in any kind of issue. Parigi also faster than us. He had a little off earlier. But for me letting Banker through, I can see that the track is so tight, it's going to be somewhat difficult to let people through, which was one of my concerns coming in. Steve Sarles in the pits, he towed.
1:19.618.
So that's two freebies so far. Now, Banker is going to be wanting to get through those guys, so let's see what happens. There's somebody else who's just rejoining. Pablo. Alright, so like I said, this track does feature some incidents. Whether or not they're terminal, that's another thing, but it's always a chance for some freebies. Get a freebie, don't be a freebie. See, the Delta bar is gone again. There must be something special I have to do to get it to show up on races. It's always on in practice, but not in the races.
1:19.359.
Now, Adnan's always a difficult person to pass. So Pablo is going to have his work cut out for him. I don't know if they're on the same team or not. Their paints look somewhat similar, but from here I can't really particularly tell. And the teams that they use in the CTC, they're not. I don't know how much they work together. They run the same paints, but I don't know, and they use the same points for the. No, I guess they got different paints, don't they? But it's not like they're actual, teammates. They're just for points and paints, really. So Adnan's damaged and slowing. But I don't know if I can get by him. But if he keeps spitting up dirt, likely to have more of a problem. Alessandro will be coming through shortly. Be careful there. Actually, I would be happy to have Alessandro come through and maybe throw Adnan off his game. This track is pretty thin. This is the first time I've ever driven Oulton Park. Well, raced it. So don't have a lot of experience with it.
Right side. Clear.
Oh man. Alessandro's rear wing is also very beat up. So when those two get together, we shall see something. I gotta stop staring at the cars. I gotta pay attention to my driving. I'm getting hypnotized watching these cars. I'm just staring at the back of them and doing what they do. I don't want to do that. Yikes! Caught myself just kind of spaced out there staring at it. Alright, Spear. Alright, so 5 laps down, 30 to go. P18 made up 2 spots on freebies. Alright, Alessandro.
1 minute 18.539.
I let you through. You were supposed to take off and cause some mischief. That's the plan. Looks like Daniel Banker got through unscathed as well. Well, not that I'm hoping that they crash, bro. Just at least hoping they slow down some guys. Make them check up. There's Bob Brota in P15. Any of my Twitter followers will recognize Bob. He features in a lot of our pictures somehow. Just because I fairly similar speeds, I guess. No.
Keep going.
I had to apply the brakes because he was pointing towards the track and before he spun off again. he's gotten it going again. So eventually he'll catch back up. But that costs us more time.
1 minute 19.63.
Even with the freebie wasn't really worth it. Because it cost us time and it got Gurno on our relative. Already. And now we've got nothing ahead. Oh, there they are. Alright, I guess that's alright. I mean, Alessandro was kind of throwing me off a bit, staring at his car. But I was getting some draft. And it was nice to be racing with somebody. But that's, you know, that's why I always want to keep it on track. Don't get into situations where you're on the grass, because that can lead to disaster. If you can't be fast, be safe.
1 minute 18.014.
18-0. I don't know where that ranks in my... Seems like that would be fastest. I haven't really been paying attention to the times because we've been in traffic, we've been held up, we've been getting draft. 18-0, yeah, that's my fastest lap. So that's fine. I wouldn't mind most of my laps being in the low 18s, 17s. It's about, sounds right for me. And first time at the track. It's a really nice drive. It's really fun. I'm sure Caducci's going to put it on YouTube. Be sure to check him out. Because the last time they ran this, I watched his race. And it was just amazing. This really fast track. Aww. Could have done that better. Bob and Adnan are pretty close together. Yeah, man, 2 in a row up there. So something might happen. Adnan's not just gonna sit back, and if he sees a chance to take it, he'll attack. Alright, lap 10. Now, a lot of these crests you go over, if they're on turns like this, there's a good chance you're, well, a fair chance that you're going to spin it. Like this one, crest on the turn. If you've got too much throttle or uneven throttle, and I kind of had to lift there.
1 minute 18.99.
18.9, that's no good. So Alessandro, we'd have 8 seconds on him, and we'd keep that time at a good clip if we could just get back into the low 18s again. Let's not do 18.9s. We don't want that. We're falling behind everybody in front. That's not what we want. We gotta get low 18s. Yeah, Alessandro's catching up now. Darn it. Could have been a little better. There's some tire tracks heading. I don't remember seeing those before. Well, I guess they were.
1 minute 18.84.
It's always kind of interesting to see the tire tracks. 18.8. These are horrible laps. To see the tire tracks left previously. You're like, what happened there? Yeah, 18.9 and 18.8 are not cutting it. These are not good times for me. They're not good times for anybody. Although my times did beat several people in practice, they did not register for the race, unfortunately. I mean, that was just a few minutes ago. Yeah, Alessandro's gaining heaps and bounds on us now. I don't know what the problem is. Could it be tire pressures? Could it just be my bad driving? Could it be that I don't have a delta, so I don't know what I'm doing to mess it up?
1 minute 18.385.
.3 is an improvement, but not enough. Let's keep speeding it up, Spear. I don't like how that's been. I don't know. That felt good in that corner when I was practicing before, but pre-race practice and so far it's not been going well. Uh-oh. Did he tow? I guess Bob must have towed. Bob O'Brien, there must have been something going on there. We'll check it out. So that'll be a freebie for us. I don't know if Adnan had anything to do with it or if he just went off on his own.
741.
18.7 is not cutting the mustard. I understand it feels like we were going much faster before. I mean, before we were keeping Alessandro at bay, and when we were behind him, we were right with him, but it seems like we're losing a second a lap now. Don't want to be doing that. Don't want to be doing that. It doesn't seem like there's anything I can do about it. But these setups are a work in progress. I mean, we're gonna keep at it. You know, try to learn a little bit more. What you do is you learn. You know, people tell you, and you study what does what is supposed to do what. But then you've also got to, you know, test it, put it in your hands, and you know, it's like this is what it's supposed to do. This is what it normally does. What does it do for you? Because, you know, not everybody's the same. When people ask what's your front brake bias, everybody has a, you know, a different setting that's right for them and their setup. So it's with everything, you know, there's nothing magic for everybody. Seem to be a lot of different layouts here. But But these cars are only meant to go around no chicanes. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine trying to do some of these chicanes in this car. Okay, now this looks like the triple threat here. If Alessandro catches us the same time as Gurno and Steve, ay caramba.
1 minute 18.359. 20 laps to go this time by.
I mean, everybody's getting let by, but oh, there's Bob. He's out. Yeah, he must have towed, and it takes a couple minutes to tow, and then it tells you not too much damage, or you're gonna can't get out. All right, now we're worried. Gurno and Steve are sufficiently close where they should both be able to get by at the same time. Where that is, I don't know. I just hope it isn't where I think it's going to be. That final corner section would be a very bad spot for them to catch me. And they're going to catch me in that final corner spot. No, not really. One, two.
1 minute 18.89.
Now Alessandro looks like he must have had an off because he should have been right behind him. But that's all right. I mean, we're racing him, but not really racing him. I mean, this is more about me just trying to do the best I can. If I beat somebody, I beat somebody. If I don't, I don't. Just trying to keep it in one piece and not cause trouble. That was a... Ideally, I'd like everybody to be able to pass me on this flat-out straight section, so I could lose the minimum amount of time. If not, then where it happened was fine. You know, at least it was straight. Trying to let somebody by on a curvy part is not ideal. 19.7, but I had to let somebody by. Oh, shit. That was probably not a brilliant way to do it, but I had to do it. Because he was going to be all over me. And I'm like, no. I would have held him up in the wrong spots, and I was like, it's not worth it. So it was kind of a herky-jerky go-by move, but the result, the alternative, he would not have been happy with either. So it's a lesser of two evils. I either held him up a lot or scared him by doing something like that. And I opted for number 2. Now Alessandro, I'm not letting over, but if he comes up on the straight to pass, I'm not going to complain. Oh! No. Oh! Let's get out of here real quick. Alright. So glad we had enough space between me and The guy who passed. I was worried that he would. He would be right on me. Kendrick. When I spun around. First off, I worried I would hit Alessandro. Then I was worried Kendrick would be right there. This is a terrible spot to get a blue flag.
Left side. You're clear him. Left side. Clear.
Timu helped me out with my setups.
0, 1, 8.
So I let him through as soon as I could. I could have kept in front of him through that whole last part. Alright, so we had that issue. Did I get a 1x? I probably got a 2x because I was facing the wrong way. So I probably got 2x there. But that's what I mean. You don't want something like that. Now we're way out of it. We lost 10 seconds to Alessandro, which we couldn't really afford to lose, but it doesn't really matter because we were going to be P17 regardless. But we do want to try to keep it in one piece. Keep it safe. Unfortunately, we haven't seen Kiduchi, so he's not in the top 10. I wonder if he's having problems I had. Because we got the same setups. I don't know if... I don't know. What we need to learn is the role temperature plays in tire pressure. How much do we need? Like we can set up the car pretty well for a specific temperature. You know, for a specific temperature, but then you get to another day and it's going to be a different temperature. It could be very hot, could be very cold. You know, what kind of adjustments need to be made? Not just to the tires, but what needs to be adjusted? There is a lot to learn about setting up cars. I think we got a really good start on it. Because as soon as I drove the setup he gave me, I was like, wow, this is stable and nice. It was a lovely drive. Decent speed. Helped me out. And best of all, it was built off of a baseline setup, which would be even better. Because when you're, you know, you don't want to have, well, for the most part, you don't really want major changes to the car from week to week. Unless, of course, the circuit demands something. You know, if you're going something from Zandvoort to a Le Mans, naturally something like that, you're going to have some, oh boy, some layout change, some setup changes. But for the most part, you want the car to feel mostly the same from week to week, so you can get used to it and figure out how it's going to handle and what it's going to do and all that other jazz. So by building it off the baseline, then hopefully in the future I'll be able to get used to it more. We'll let John go by here. Maybe I should have stayed out in front for a little bit more, but yeah, I probably should have let him go by on the start finish here again. Oh no, Rob's in the pits. No, no, no.
1 minute 19.
Dang it.
6, 4, 9.
Team Stratosphere suffering losses. It looks like he might have driven into the pits though, so maybe he might have a chance to get back out. No, I'm P16. He's 17. Dang it. But it does look like he drove into the pits. Well, he could have driven into the pits from where he was. I mean, he still might have had to tow, but I don't know. Hopefully he can get back out. But yeah, like I said, one issue in the track, and how close these walls are. It can be, depending on where you go off, it can be a big kaboom. It's amazing. I'm in Division 3, and I was the lowest ranked car in the field. That's crazy. There are 10 divisions and a rookie division, so there are 11 divisions. And Division 3 was the lowest ranked car in the field. So these Rob doesn't appear to be getting up. So these are the these are the very good drivers. This is a highly competitive series. It's cool to be racing with some of these guys because they're the best, and you got to compare yourself with the best. So I know it. You might be looking at some of these and say, "Boy, Spears always in last, always getting passed." Well, he's not always in last. Sometimes he passes people. When you saw me at Nordschleife, I was doing really well. But you want to race with the best of the best. As long as you're not a total muppet and don't cause a lot of trouble, happy to have you. Some people, unfortunately, do cause a lot of trouble. As a backmarker, you got to learn, how to drive with faster cars and what to do. Barry West in the pits. Things are happening.
1 minute 17.6.
17.6. That'll be our fastest lap. That's 2 in the 17s now, with just 10 to go. So we burned off the fuel. I was hoping we'd be in the 17s earlier than we got there, though, to be honest. This could have been a more productive race. Oh! They just haven't been doing that corner very well at all. And it's so important because it leads us a whole long straight. I like seeing all the cars parked up there. I wish they'd use, oh, that'd be fun. To use, era-appropriate cars, from the 70s and 80s. Well, there's two ways to look at it. Those cars would be appropriate for when this car was new, the Lotus 79. But you can just think of it nowadays. This would be like us running one of the Master Series. Hey, the Master Series had the older drivers. Did they have older cars, or were they? I think they were using new cars. They wouldn't use older cars. That would be crazy. If you used older cars, one, they're not safe. Two, you don't want to destroy them. They're masterpieces. You want to save them for all time. So yeah, but think of it this way: it's an exhibition of the Lotus 79. And Gurno's 30 seconds back again. And that's kind of concerning me. No, he's 20 seconds back. Why did I say 30? So it looks like we're going to be 2 laps back at the end. Especially if I keep letting people through. Oh well. So we're going to be 2 laps down.
20.161.
Wasn't helped by our spin. We had that spin and we lost more than 10 seconds when we spun down here earlier. So, I don't know. Could we have avoided a second lap down? Maybe. But this is a pretty short track. Gurno's probably in the low 14s by now. Last time they ran here, he had laps in the 13s, so yeah, he's fast. But Gurno and Steve, they're still together. That's amazing. What a race they must be having. Gurno can't put a foot wrong, and Steve's right with him. There goes Rob. That sucks. See, so Alessandro has pretty much stayed constant there, that 12 seconds ahead, so...
18.021.
I feel like had we just not spun, we would have been right up with him. We might have been able to urge him into a little incident. A little mind punt. Come on, pack up. Come on, pack up.
Left side. You're clear, clear.
And 9 more seconds to those guys. Dang, they're coming up fast, aren't they? It's 20 seconds, 2 laps to go. Now it's down to 8. Dang! Yeah, so they're in the very low 14s. Or, yeah, I don't think they're in the 13th. Oh, Pekka. Not good. But it looks like he didn't hit the wall over there. He had the brakes on pretty firmly. So I don't think he hit the wall.
19.294.
Not a freebie. Alright, Spear. Get ready for action. Whew. This has been a pretty lovely drive. Wish we just had a little bit more speed. Yeah, see, there's Pekka. He got right back going. Well, that's about 10 seconds. Just like I did. It all depends where you go off and if you can continue or not. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be on the straight here. That'll be nice.
Left side. Clear.
Oh, Steve's way back there.
Left
Steve, I
side.
thought you were closer.
Clear, clear.
I don't know if I'm saying way back there. What was that? Just a few tens? I thought Steve would be right on him. I seriously doubt that.
Minute 19.21. 5 laps to go. Nice and smooth.
Oh boy. That was almost a bit of oversteery problems. Both the back end going for a little bit in one. But yeah, a lot of times at the start of the race on turn one there will be issues. So you got all your cars going together. Something happened. Boom. That T1 there is a little bit. I mean, the corner itself is somewhat tricky during the race. But when you got all the cars together, it's even worse. Battery's disconnected. USB 16. Ooh.
2 to go. Minute 18.10.
2 to go. Which, unless somebody dies this lap, we're locked in at P15. Since we're the only car down 2 laps. Bah. Everybody 9th and below is down 1 lap. Could be 8th and below. Keith in 8th is under threat. He might be able to hold on, but maybe not. He should be able to hold on at 8th without being lapped. I never liked that about being a lap down more than anybody else, because the final lap, you can't get anything. Even if people crash out and retire, get disconnected, they've already crossed the line ahead of you.
Coming to the white flag this time. Minute 18.177.
18.1. 18.1, that would be a average time. I should always be in the 17s here, but now I'm just in bring it home safely mode. You know, I'm not charging, because what am I going to get out of it? But oh well. Boy, Steve and Gurno really ran away with it. You see Matt 26 seconds behind those two. Matt's in P3 and he's nearly half a minute behind P1 and 2. Alessandro! What happened there? You're not supposed to be there. Dang it. Looks like he lost a lot in this final lap, but had we only not spun. See, Daniel Banker had to tow, but we're not going to get that spot because he was ahead of us. And had I only not spun when I did that big spin, let Alessandro by. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten the spot then, but I would have had a chance to get it here at the end.
Checker flag, my man.
Checker flag.
Just pull it off to the side here by this trailer. Pull it off straight in there.
We'll go for a little free IR here and bring it around like you're supposed to. Because, hey, these cars don't teleport themselves IRL. You gotta bring it back to the pits. This is probably not the safest speed to be driving back to the pits in an F1 car. I mean, if you ever watch F1 races, they tend to go back fairly slowly. Not at nearly top speed. Yeah, see, Daniel Baker held on to 13th even though he had to tow at the end because Alessandro and I were 2 laps down. So we missed out on a freebie. So what was I, about 15 seconds back? See, I'd only need about half a second a lap. I could avoid getting that second lap down. And I really thought I had that half a second a lap in me. I don't know what happened today. I was not able to pull off more than 15th. But hey.
They're light on fuel, man. They're counting on cautions, or
come on,
they
spotter.
made a mistake and didn't get all the fuel in there, like maybe they dropped on lug, or they're just getting that good of fuel mileage.
Here's we double up on pit
I
stops
wish I could
because
tell you, buddy, I really feel like we don't know.
the pits here are pretty
Go.
pretty short. Oh. $166, $166. That's where we want to be. Yeah, I don't want to get in there. Whew, that was a pretty good race. Why I didn't fight too hard? Why I didn't fight too hard? I don't know. I don't know what that means. But there you go. P15 started 20th, finished P15 ahead of some other people. We could have done better. We could have done worse. Things happen. Let's see if we can find some. Oops. See if we can find some moments. Man, look at the start. Oh, that's me. Who wants to see me? That is not where we want to see. We went all the way to the end. What's the button for replay? Next incident. Control. Control keypad 3. Got it. Control keypad 3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Daniel Banker kept it out. That's where we were ahead of him. He did save it from the wall. Andrea Stefani. And oh yeah. Alessandro, we saw that. Yeah. We saw that early. Ooh, man, that's not good. We saw that. We come up on that. That was there's Steve going off, and he went boonk. Yeah. We were right behind that as well. There we come right now. So I saw that real time. Keith Herner. Boy, he's got a lot of cars behind him. Oh! Saved it! And held the position. That's pretty good. Pablo and Canducci. Canducci gives him the old not trying that outside. Pablo has to go off. Pablo again in this corner. Oh, Pablo and Adnan. Ooh! Robert Simpkins. Anything happening here? Oh, just going wide a little bit. Here's Alessandro. This was when we got by him. He spun. That's his spin. I was kind of hoping he would just quit then, but he continued on to beat me. Oh! Alessandro again behind me. See, he wasn't making inroads to me because he was having trouble keeping it on the track, and that's when I thought he might just retire because he's having such trouble driving. Adnan, already damaged, just going off, chasing down Bob. Guess he goes by Bob. There's Bob and Adnan. This is probably where Bob gets it. He gets killed by it. No! Oh, what happened there? What happened there? It didn't look like there was any contact. But you go over the crest and the car just kind of spits out sometimes. Yeah, that's tough. Pekka. I don't really see anything. Robert Simpkins, he went wide one time and went wide again. All right. Matt. Just cutting the grass a little bit. Steve chasing down, just blinking. Martin finished pretty high up in the thing. Nothing's going on there. Here's Mr. Plumley. Canducci. Oh, yep. Yep. That's one of the fastest parts of the... Yeah, I guess this is the fastest turn. on the circuit. Far chase or just chase, I guess? Chase. Yeah, I hit too much curb and it's tough. That's what I said. I thought he drove into the pits. So it looks like he drives into the... No, okay. He might have driven into the pits, but... John Stevens, he went around a couple times. Oh, that's where we pass him there. Here we come. Where are we? There goes Spear! So we're almost done. Barry, I think did we beat Barry? I think we did beat Barry. Yeah, he blew his engine there. Blew his engine. Nope. Oh, no! Barry blew his engine and didn't get off the track. He just kind of hung out there and I don't know what he was doing. Barry, you blew your engine. You can't go. You got hit. Twice. Barry, escape. You're done. Barry? There you go. Kendrick, P4 or P3 late, wasn't he? 30 seconds. Just a little grass, maybe. And that's about it. Oh, that was when we passed Pekka. Remember that. Matt, late, little grass. Ooh, Matt. That explains how we got 30 seconds behind. Remember I was saying P3 was 30 seconds behind? Yeah, something like that will do it. Steve right behind Gurno. Blinking. Alessandro near the end. Ooh. Had another off. Ooh. Ooh. He was lucky to save that. That cost us a position. He was lucky not to go into the Armco there. Because otherwise we would have had it. Matt at the end. This is at the end. Alright, well there you go. That was the Oulton Park Lotus 79 on iRacing. That was a lot of fun. I wish we had done better than 15th. 15th, not too bad, but you know, we had a lot of fun at it. And we've got a couple more of these, hopefully. Join me next time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, and how about that thumbs up for Spear? Maybe not for the result, but for a good race. I like the race. It was a good drive, and hopefully next time get a little bit more speed going on. Thanks for watching. See you next time.